going to be doing box and whisker plots. And to help me go over a box and whisker plot, I brought in... You guys were really alarmed. How many of you thought I was going to pull an actual animal? That's alarming. It's very frightening. There's no animal. We're just going to go over it the old-fashioned way. But to understand what a box and whisker plot is, I can teach you how to do it, but I want you to also understand a little bit of why we do it and what it is. So a box and whisker plot is a display. It's a way of displaying information or a set of numbers in a way to help us understand what our set of numbers is. So in the same sense, you have mean, median, and mode and range as a set of numbers, and you can figure out what mean, median, mode, and range is. Mean, median, mode, and range help you understand things about your set of numbers. This is a way of displaying that information to help us comprehend or understand what is being presented in our data. So, I'm going to walk you through the steps. There's, I think, 5 of them. And then we're going to look at how it can help us understand the data. So I'm going to give us a set of numbers. Here's our set of numbers.
Yeah.
So 9, 7, 10, 5, 6, 8, and 4. I'm going to go through each step individually with you, and then we're going to make a box and whisker plot. The first step you need to do is you need to arrange your numbers in order from least to greatest. So step 1 is least to greatest. Go ahead and do that for me now. Nope. Okay. Now, a box and whisker plot is presented on a number line. When you draw your number line, just as we talked about, your number line needs to encompass not only the numbers in your data set, but go a little bit past each one. So I'm going to draw a number line right now that fully encompasses my data set in a way, and it also goes past. Now, if your data set goes from 1 to 100, perhaps counting by ones is not the best use of your time. That would be quite a long number line. So figure out what works best for you. In this case, counting by 1 works. So I'm going to make a number line. I'm going to give myself a little bit of room because I'm going to put my box and whiskers plot on top of it. There's my number line, and I need to number it, and I'm going to start at 3. Well, I should just start at 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Okay. When creating, a box and whisker plot, the first big thing you need to do, and put a step 2, is you need to find the median. Remember, you have to put them in order from least to greatest to do that. When you find the median, we call this number the second quartile. We call this number the second quartile. So in this set of numbers, Eric, what's our median going to be?
6.
Well, let's count in.
7.
Count in from the middle, to the middle, to the middle. What is it, Eric? Good. Look for that middle number. And if you have two middle numbers, average them just like we did for regular median practice. If you need more help with median practice, I'm happy to give you sample number sets. You can also make your own. Just draw out 6 numbers, put them in order from least to greatest, and practice finding the middle. But our median is 7. That's our second quartile. We're going to put a line right there at 7. That's our second quartile, our median. Next step. We now need our first quartile. Our first quartile is the median of the lower set of numbers. The median of the lower set of numbers. What do I mean by that? Let me show you. I mean this guy right here. Here's our lower set of numbers. The ones on the other side of the median, the least to greatest, it's the least numbers all the way up to the median. So the first quartile is our lower set of numbers. Shane, what is our median for the lower set of numbers? Shane, go ahead.
5.
5. The middle set of numbers of these 3, and luckily for us it's 3, is 5. So we're going to put a line here. That's our first quartile or our lower quartile. Another way of saying it, they'll say lower quartile or upper quartile. Our first quartile or lower quartile is 5. Step 4. Anyone want to guess what step 4 is going to be? Yes, ma'am.
The third quartile.
Third quartile or the upper quartile. How do you do that?
Find the median of the higher set of numbers.
Exactly. Let's write that down and get that done. So our third quartile, or upper quartile as they call it, is the median of the upper set of numbers. And in this case, Ava, what's it going to be?
9.
Yeah, we have 3 numbers, and we're going for the one in the middle. And it's going to be 9. So let's put a line at 9. Now, what we need to do, step 5, we need to label our least and greatest values. Label our least and greatest values. And we label them like this. So we label our least and greatest values. Rojan, what are our least and greatest values?
4 and 10.
Raise your hand if you agree. 4 and 10. How did she do that? She looked at our least to greatest order. 4 is the least, 10 is the most. We label it like this. Okay? With a dot for each one. And now we connect. This is what it looks like. For our upper and lower quartile, our first and our third, we connect them, making a box. We connect them, making a box. Okay? With our extremes, our upper extreme and our lower extreme, we connect them using a line. So in this case, if you look, most of our data falls in between the 5 and the 9 range, with our median being 7. Here we have our upper quartile and our lower quartile. Here's our first, here's our third, here's our median or our second quartile, and then we have our upper and lower extremes.